This one particularly caught my eye because a lot of these other things, you know, they seem pretty reasonably, understandably sweet and cute, but this is ramen, and I was really curious because it says that in the flavor section for like the ramens, for like the sushi sets, for example, it said that everything was like grape flavored or something. But it says right here that the ramen is shoyu aji, which is really strange. So I was like, okay, is it really going to taste like soy sauce, or does it taste something like sweet soy sauce? I was really confused and excited to see. So I wanted to show you guys how it goes making it, and then I'll go ahead and tell you guys about how it tastes. So this is a ramen set, and it has these little gyoza that have a soda candy that you use, like kind of like a Starburst chewy candy that you flatten out and fill with sprinkles. And then you can use those sprinkles also to decorate into your cute little ramen bowl here. So I'll go ahead and open it up. And like with the other stuff, the directions are on the back, so you want to take good care when you open it up to make sure you're not tearing your bag. And the descriptions are pretty visual, so even if you didn't really know Japanese, you'd probably be okay. So we've got everything that we need here. We have our men no moto, which is the stuff to mix to make the noodles. We also have supu no moto, which is for the soup. We have the sprinkles for the inside of our gyoza and also to put in the ramen if we want. The little bag that we'll put this stuff in to make the noodles. And then this little thing for the candy that we'll use for making our gyoza. And conveniently enough, it comes with a tiny little fork, and it also comes with a toothpick to help you do the step for punching the hole in the bag to get the right size for your soup. So the first thing that's suggested is that you cut right along this line here and here to release everything. And if you wanted to, you could make a choice to cut out the bowl, but you can also leave it kind of like a tray, and this has your bowl for ramen, and there is a little design on it to make it look kind of ramen-like. And then this nice little plate here for you to put your gyoza in. So I'll get my scissors out here, and we'll go ahead and just cut this part. Get my little space there for when everything is finished. And this little tray is important because it tells you how much water to use for everything when you're mixing. So what we're going to start off with here is I'm going to start off by making my ramen soup. So as it explains here in tray A, I want to first put the supu no moto, and I also want to make sure to fill up to the line that's on here with water. So I'll put the soup in there first. And like I've shown you guys with all things Japanese, it always has a really nice, easy, open spot on the side. Everything tears really easily to open it. So I'll pour this soup in here. And then, wow, that smells exactly like soy sauce. Okay, weird. Then I'm just going to go ahead and pour this in here to the line. And from that, I can use our little fork and just stir that up so that everything dissolves really good in there. Wow, I wish you guys could smell this. It smells exactly like ramen, like soy sauce ramen. Weird. So as you get it mixed up, you'll notice there's these little tiny bits that kind of form together that stick together of this powder. You want to go ahead and try to break everything up as much as you can. It's not supposed to have these little bumpy things in it. That's actually just the powder getting clumped together. So try to get that all mixed up really good. And if you're having trouble getting some of it mixed up, you can just, you know, scoop them out to remove them so that you still have a nice looking little space here. There we go. And you can kind of see how it has that look to it on the top, like the oil of the ramens, of the soup. It looks really cool there. So we'll have that done then. And then the next thing we want to do here is we want to go ahead and mix in, I put this to the side, I want to mix in tray B the noodle mix so that I can pour that into my soup. So what I need for that is the the mix or the men no moto, and then I also need to fill up my little tray of water just one time. So I'll go ahead and put that in here. Open this up. Pour it into B. And then if I just fill up this with enough water to the top, and then pour it out of that little crevice space there so you don't make a mess, you can just pour it right in here. And then use the fork to stir it up really good. And we're going to wind up getting something that's a little thick. Get all those little corner pockets of space where the powder might be hiding, so that it's all nice and equally mixed up so that one area is not too runny than the other. And then, like I said, we're going to use this then to pour and squeeze into that soup we made. And the really fun thing is when you do this, it kind of like solidifies it. Like right now it's not solid by any means, it's a little goopy, but when you put it into the soup it becomes actually like noodles, which is totally random. So I've got my little pouch here to put all that in, and it's always good to go ahead and fold out a little edge of it so that you can get a clean surface when you're ready to do this. And then I'm just going to scoop it into this little pouch area here. Let me see if I can do it without spilling. And actually this is even getting a little more rubbery as time passes, but it's still not the same consistency as noodles by any means. But let's see what happens here. Oh, and you know what? I got ahead of myself. I apologize. The first thing I need to do is get this little hole in here first. Luckily I caught myself in time. I'll take my toothpick and I'm just going to go ahead and pop it right through this corner. Right at the corner. Get it through there, pull it straight through, and that should give you enough hole to make the size that's perfect for noodles. So I'll just focus on trying to get this stuff more over here on the right side as I finish up so that it doesn't accidentally go out of that hole. Try to get as much out of this as I can. Gotta scoop it up, get it in here. Pretty good. So I've got that all in here. Then I can kind of roll that part back up again and work on getting this all squeezed down to this bottom left side where I made the hole. Kind of get it kind of scrunched up here before I get started. And then I want to take that soup that I had here, and then I'm just going to squeeze this into the bowl. And you know, you can just squeeze forever and make one never-ending, super long, you know, noodle, or you can kind of stop occasionally. It's up to you. But I'm just going to keep twisting this and allowing then the stuff to come out here from the tip, and try to get that to go into the bowl here. Now, because I've got some air pockets, it kind of broke off there. You want to try to keep it moving so that it doesn't get in one spot too much. Try to fill up all those corners so that you don't get a big clumpy section of noodle. Once you get that all in there, you'll notice what was before fairly, you know, runny. It is getting a little harder. But now you look at it and it looks like real noodles here. It's like just so crazy. So we've got these little noodles here that we've made. And then as a little finishing touch, if I want, I can take a little bit of this stuff that I've got here that are for the gyoza as well, for the pot stickers I should say. And I could just sprinkle a little bit of this on too to kind of look like little peas and pieces of seaweed and nori and stuff like that. So kind of gives it a nice little finishing touch. So that's our finished ramen. And then the the last little bit is to make your gyoza, and it just recommends to take the chewy candy that you see here and open it up, and you'll be able to make 2 gyoza. So you just want to kind of break this into 2 pieces that are pretty similar in size. And it is pretty hard, but if you work it for a while, you should be able to get it to a point where you get a nice big flat piece. We want to try to make it into a circle shape. I'll try to do it on the, I don't want to do it on the corkboard here. So and certainly I'd say doing this and getting it like perfect is pretty hard. You know, you're supposed to be able to pull it apart to be about 4 centimeters big, but you know, it's a little tricky. You might have a side that doesn't look as pretty. We can use that to be the part what gets kind of tucked away when we make our gyoza so that you don't see it so much. But you're certainly going to have a better run of it the bigger you can get it, because then it'll be a little easier to fold up to make it look like a pot sticker. But you obviously don't want to pull too far, you'll get a big hole. So I kind of have something that looks like this with kind of this funky edge here. I'll do this other piece too. So I've kind of got these 2 pieces here, and like I said, this is just like kind of like Starburst, but you've just squished it out and made it soft and flat, and it smells like soda flavor, which is like Sprite flavor kind of. So then I just take this part here and I can sprinkle a little bit in here. And this could be a little tricky because obviously it does kind of go everywhere, but we kind of get a little bit going here. And then you can just roll it up, and if you've ever had a chance to make pot stickers, you know what to do. I'm just going to pinch at both ends here so things don't fall out as I work. You're just going to be doing kind of like an overlapping pinch here to kind of secure it so that you can kind of get something that looks a little more like a pot sticker. That's kind of a little pitiful looking, but that's okay. Let's see how this one goes. So you kind of get something that looks like this. And that's your completed 2 pieces of gyoza then that go, or pot stickers like I should say, that go with your ramen set, so that you get a nice little completed kit, which gives you the completed set for this special kind of ramen set, which is like a candy kit actually, that features the candy flavored pot stickers and what smells a lot like real soy sauce flavored ramen. And I did a tutorial on the sushi bento before, I think, and I thought I'd try one of these because the thing that really struck me was that the ramen is actually shoyu ramen flavored, which I thought was strange. I thought everything was supposed to taste like candy. So I wanted to try this and see what it was really like. So we just finished making it. I've got the finished thing here, and I'm going to go ahead and try the ramen here and see, because it smells like really just exactly like ramen, which is strange. So and again, the noodles in this are so much fun and cool to make because they get nice and suspended in the soup to make a really good kind of cool looking, real life like looking noodle here. So I'll go ahead and eat. Itadakimasu. Okay, yeah, that's weird. It's really weird. It's like cold ramen. I wouldn't necessarily say that that's good. So, yeah, go figure, right? So we'll try these gyoza here, and again, these are like little chewy candies that are supposed to be kind of soda flavored, and then inside is like little sprinkles. So this hopefully will taste better. Let's see. That's okay. It's got a nice crunch to it because of all the sprinkles on the inside, which actually real gyoza or pot stickers don't have, but it's still good, so it's edible, yeah. But because it's very chewy, it takes a little while to chew it all. So that's kind of my little review on these kind of fun kits. I want to show you guys some other ones at some point. Some of the other ones that are really popular are these kind of random like mixing things, and then you know, you get this kind of creamy, puffy kind of stuff that you dip into something else, or sprinkles, that kind of stuff.